They look much better than I thought they would. I can kind of see why people hype these mirrors up. What is going on, you legends? Welcome back to the channel. This is SK13. Got an interesting video for y'all today. As you could probably tell from the title and the thumbnail, I went ahead and bought some replica stealth mirrors to test out. I've been in the market for, some aftermarket mirrors for some time now. I was having a really hard time deciding which ones to go with. I made a video about mirror options for the RS 660, so definitely check that out if you haven't yet. I'll link it up in the top right corner for you guys. TLDR though, the OEM mirrors that come with the RS 660, at least in the North American market, vibrate a lot at high speeds and certain RPM ranges, which makes them pretty much unusable in those situations. I had gotten used to it, of course, by just learning to do more head checks and adjusting the gear or RPM to see using the mirrors quickly and then kind of moving on from there. So I got used to it, but I was cross-shopping some mirror options such as the Rizoma Stealth and then some bar end mirror types as well. I didn't know that there was such a thing as replica stealth mirrors until I actually saw some comments on my video, which basically prompted me to look into it some more. Obviously, I bought some replica ones, hence the video, but when I was looking into it, I found that there's really a whole wide variety of quote-unquote replica ones. Some are bigger than the original, some have turn signals integrated into them, some have convex mirrors for added functionality. So overall, to me at least, it seemed like these so-called quote-unquote replicas seem to provide better functionality compared to the original Rizoma Stealth mirrors. The ones that are straight up direct copies and replicas, had some variations as well, so definitely be careful as to which ones you get if you do plan on getting them. The most notable feature that I paid attention to, or I really noticed, was the connecting points of the mirrors to the fairing. There are replicas that have silver or metallic bolts that are exposed on top, and then there are ones that are hidden, like the original stealth mirrors are. The exposed bolt ones don't look that clean to me personally, so I wanted to find the ones that sit flush, like the OG. By the way, I linked the ones I bought in the description below. So now, you may be thinking about things like ethics, morals, quality, etc. of basically buying a replica product. But that is not what this video is about. It's just to show you the product, install it, and then what my initial impressions are. There will be a part 2 of this video where I'll talk about why I bought the replica stealth mirrors and whether you should or not. So definitely stay tuned for that. Anyways, let's hop on over to the garage and get started. Alright, welcome to the garage. Here is the box that it came in. Pretty simple box. There's some styrofoam protection on top, and these are the mirrors. Get a close up for you guys. There it is. 2 10mm bolts, nuts. The mirror color is also blue, just like the OG ones, as you can tell, the connection point here to the fairing is flat and flush. Weight wise, I'm a little surprised how heavy it is. Not to say that's a bad thing. It feels very sturdy and kind of want to say well made. I'm looking at the bottom, nothing else. So just the two mirrors, the two bolts that are attached, and yeah. You can kind of see the striations that are on the mirror. Looks like there's some defects here and there, but the striations is something that's actually present on the OG Rizoma Stealth Mirrors too. So I guess that's a good thing in terms of quote unquote replica, right? So, yep, these are it. All right, let's go ahead and get started. You're gonna have to take two plastic pieces off the sides on top, like right there. It's a little dark in there. I'll try to get you guys some better viewpoints, but basically there's a screw back there, a Phillips head, star screwdriver. Try to get a better angle for you. All right, here's a better angle, but that's the Phillips screw right there. So there's one of those. And then there's two 2.5 millimeter hex. So that's one that you can see right there. And then the other one's on this side, right there. Then there are two 10 millimeter bolts right there. That's where the mirrors connect. So that's one right there. And then another one's right behind it. Try to get you a better view. There you go. Hopefully you guys can see that. So not much space, so you definitely want to use a short torque wrench if you have one. Now that the plastic piece is removed, here's what the bolts will look like underneath. So two right there, and there's a wire that connects from the mirror right to the left that you see there. It's just a simple plug, you just pull it out. Alright, these are the OEM mirrors. As you can tell, there's this little rubber piece or rubber backing that's at the end of it. I'm guessing it does one of two things. It's either to dampen the vibrations, which we know does not really work. Can't imagine how much worse it would be if this piece wasn't there. The other thing that it probably does is protect the paint on the fairing where it connects. I initially thought I could maybe take this piece off, but it looks like it's just one big piece, so I can't transfer it to these replica stealth mirrors. As you can see, there's no rubber backing that comes with it, it's just metal on the fairing itself, so do keep that in mind. So here's the OEM 10mm bolt nut, and here is the one that comes with the replica mirrors. Obviously the OEM one is a little bit taller and chunkier, both 10mm, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the OEM one. All right, let's go ahead and do a test fit real quick. As you can see, those holes, they just line up and sit pretty flush. Actually, now I'm kind of noticing that there's some residue left from that rubber piece, and the area is bigger. So I'm gonna take the time to clean that up. All right, here we go, nice and clean. And now that I'm thinking about it, because the rubber residue piece was on the outside of this mirror, that tells me that in terms of paint protection, because there's no rubber piece on with these mirrors, I wouldn't really have to worry, because if it does get scratched and I put the OEM mirrors back on, it'll just go over it because it's bigger. Okay, I was doing the other side and I kind of ran into a hiccup. If you look right there, there's some blockage within that hole, right? Some residue, or some leftover rubber from the original mirror's mounting is stuck in there. So I actually can't put anything or put the new ones in there. So I use these pliers to kind of carefully peel that rubber residue off and kind of unclog that hole. So yeah. All right, it's all set and done. Look at these. My goodness. Woo! These look great. They look much better than I thought they would. I can kind of see why people hype these mirrors up. They sit so flush and so clean, very slim. There you go. So, I tested it out first before putting these plastic pieces on, but all you got to do after you put it on is, put these plastics back in, and, you're pretty much done with the install. Overall, pretty quick, maybe 10-minute job if you're not busy filming and have both hands. But yeah, these look great, much better than I thought they would be, even for replicas. I mean, pretty good quality, just heavy weight. Striations are there, you're just missing that Rizoma logo at the end. But part 2, we'll talk about why I bought the replicas and whether you should. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.